वीर्यङ्गर्वावहै तेजस्विनावदितमस्माविदिशावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो हंसभ्यो माभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ निधे सर्वविद्यानां विजये भवरोगिणां गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमां अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ येरिमे गुरुविपूर्वं भगवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमः भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामासच्चरतः अहिमां श्रीवासविभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। अथर्वशेन मण्डुकमहर्षेण गौडपादाचार्यवर्याय नमः। आद्यशङ्करद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ अथ अथर्वेदान्तर्गतमाण्डुक्योपनिषद शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवैतं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ददातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ चतुर्थ अलातशान्तिप्रकरणम्। नारायण। हे राम। Hari Om. Salutations to the Lord, to the Guru Parampara. We are in Mandukya, ALAATHA Shanti Prakaranam. We are seeing these verses 70, 71, 72, in which where is this entire world of Jagra Swapna existing, that is being explained. The conclusion is they are not at all created for them to exist. If at all they are there, they are in the Chitta. In what form they are in the Chitta? Only in the Abhasa form. How that Abhasa is forming? Because of Spandana of the Chitta. Is why the Chitta is getting Spandita? Because of the Vasanas, because of the habits. How come the Vasanas habits came? Because of the ignorance. Then is really the Chitta is doing Spandana? No. Why? Chitta by itself, if you go into the depth of its stuff, it is Paramatma only. In Paramatma there is no Spandana. Is it not? Therefore, Chitta from the Paramatma standpoint has no Spandana. Therefore, all of them are not there. So, each of these 7 thoughts which are said now are correct in their own way. We have to accept, understand all of them and see which fits at what time. But the final thing is what? Ekameva Dvayam Brahma Neha Nanasti. So this 71st shloka is the crux of the entire Ajatavada of Mandukya KARIKA or Gaudapada Rishi, and the acumen of all Vedanta keep in mind. Nakaschid jayate jivaha sambhavosena vidyate etat taduttamam satyam yatra kinchit na jayate. Just like in the dream, though you went through all the dream experience, but none of those dream beings, both the seen people by the dreamer and the dreamer himself, so much really they were experienced in the dream avastha, but on the deeper awakening, analysis, understanding, none of them are born, nor there is a cause for them to be born. Yet they still appeared only. And the factual reality is, I am actually the waker. This is etat taduttamam satyam. In the same way, in front of our eyes, now the entire universe is there. In that, I also am there as an individual, trying to eke out some sukha, and on the way, I am getting dukkha. Is it not? This me, the dukhi sukhiya, and the world which is beginning sukha dukkha, both of them in absolute self or reality or truth or Brahman or Tattva or Atma, they are not there. That is the goal we have to reach. That's the target we have to hit in our meditation, in our understanding. That's the meaning of Nakashti Jayate Jiva. Means you as a perceiver Jiva is never born. In your perception, so many Jivas you are seeing. Wherever you are going, Dikshuvai Dasha Sustitan, all those Jivas also not there. Those 10 Dishas are not there. You are traveling towards that also is not there. You yourself individual is not there. Apart from other than independent of the true absolute self. In him, these are not there. Simple in two-line Vedanta is what? No wave can exist without water, and in the water there is no wave. Simple, two sentences. No wave can exist without water. In the water there is no wave. So no name and form of the word can exist without Parabrahma. In Parabrahma Tattva, these are all not there. Independent of him. Okay. So nakashi jayate jivaha sambhavose na vidyate etataduttamam satyam yatra kinchid na jayate. Okay, now 72 we studied yesterday, the sloka. Vasha also we touched it. We'll read it again and see what is the next level of pushing we are getting by Bhagavan Karika Kara in terms of our higher understanding. First chant the sloka. Chittaspanditamevedam grahya grahakavat dvayam chittam nirvishayam nityam asangam tena kirtitam chittaspanditamevedam grahya grahakavadvayam chittam nirvishayam nityam asangam tena kirtitam. Beautiful sloka it is. Three main portions of this that I'll explain, then we'll see Bhashya today. First is what? Conclusion of what we studied so far in all the three prakaranas and in this up to 71. Conclusion of all that. Crux, essence. What is that? Idam sarvam. All this. What is all this? Only two. Grahya grahaka. With these two words only the topic started some around 50-51 श्लोक में जहाँ से अलाथ शांति शुरू किया गया. सो ग्राह्य ग्राहकवान ग्राह ग्राहकवात द्वयम जो है दिस होल वर्ल्ड इज ओनली आई एम ग्राहक द वर्ल्ड इज ग्राह्य seer and seen, knower and known, experiencer and experienced. What are the word used? But grahya grahaka ही पूरा विश्व है. Clear? जागृत विश्व भी स्वप्न विश्व भी. What is the crux or summary of what is studied so far in this regard? All these grahya grahakavan dvaya जो है चित्त स्पंदितम. First conclusion. चित्त स्पंदितम एव इदम ग्राह्य ग्राहकवत द्वयम. What is the meaning of chitta spanditam? Is only abhasa. Like what is rujuvakradi? Only abhasa. Because of spandana of the alatha. Again and again remember that example, then what is said will become easier. All rujuvakra abhasas are this abhasas because of spandana of the alatha. They are actually never there in themselves, nor they came from the alatha, nor came from anywhere, nor went anywhere. But they appear for some time in those variety of shapes, Ruju Vakra, then circular, etc. In the same way, the entire Dvaita Jagat is Chitta Spanditam. Come to this conviction first. Now, little deeper things. Second thing, what is that? Chittam Nirvishayam. Means what? चित्त स्पंदना से आभास हुआ लेकिन चित्त में कोई विषय नहीं है. Chittam nirvishayam. In the chitta, we thought so far the vishayas are there. In the chitta, we thought so far the vishayas are there. But now it says, chitta is nirvishaya. But then where the vishayas have come, if not from chitta, which you only told so far, सारे चित्त में वृत्तियां होते हैं, वृत्तियों में विषय होता है. No, we are taking you to the next level of understanding. All of them are abhasa in the spandana of the chitta. Now, very, very crux thought we are sharing in the next sentence now. What is that? The spandana in the chitta is because of our sankalpa. Please listen carefully. Because of sankalpa, chitta became spandita. Because spandana of the chitta, the vishwaka, matlab grahya grahaka, abhasa appeared. So what is grahya grahaka? Jagat pura milkar abhasa. Expressed out of spandana of the chitta because of sankalpa. Whose sankalpa? Your own. If you stop doing sankalpa, remember, chitta will not do spandana, then grahya grahaka rupi jagat ka abhasa nahi rahega. When all these are happening, the sankalpa is done, chitta is spandita, Graha Grahaka Abhasa of the Jagat happened. In all this process, Chitta is always Nirvishaya. Just like in the gold, there is no ornament at any time. Gold is Nirvishaya. But in your own mind, Sankalpa, you only made the gold as an ornament. And then you melted it and you put it in that mold and then you got it like that. What is the crux in this shloka is Chittam Nirvishayam. In Chitta, both the Grahaka, Grahya, both are not there in the Chitta. They have appeared as an avasa when the spandana of the Chitta happened. Chitta spandana happened because of your Sankalpa, your own Avesha, ityadi. And they are because of vasanas. When the vasana goes away, the Sankalpa Avesha goes away, spandana goes away, abhasa goes away. In all this discussion, what is the position of Chitta? It is Nirvishayam. And that Nirvishaya Chitta, that Nirvishaya Chitta, be attentive. Nityam, always asangam. With what? Both grahaka and grahya. Is it not? The door shape and utility of the door called is closing it so that nobody enters the room are not touching the wood in the door. Is it not? In the door, there is no Vishayatva of the doorness. In the wood, there is no doorness Vishaya. If you can reach to that through your logical understanding, you understand what is Vedanta saying. You are understanding what is the logic used here to make us understand. And what we are listening now is meditation. This is meditation. We brought the entire world into Grahya Grahaka. We discovered it is Abhasa. We understood that Abhasa appeared because Spandana of the Chitta. Chitta Spandana happened because of your Sankalpa. Sankalpa is because of Vasanas. And where the first Vasana started, if you go that way, first Vasana never started. Therefore, there is no world at all. But I am saying, so when you are seeing, answer this much you accept. Don't ask about the first or second Vasana. From the Vasanas, it happened. That's it. Then solution is what? Remove Vasana. Then there will be no propelling force to do the Spandana. Then there is no creation of Grahya Grahaka Jagat. In the bargain, what is the Chitta? You don't have the Chitta, no? In the Chitta, nascently, purely, there is no Vishaya. Because there is no Vishaya in that, it has no Sangha with Grahya Grahakatva. Now, what is that which is Nirvishaya and Nissanga according to our Shastra, Upanishad, Vedanta? It is Atma Vastu only. Therefore, what is actually the Chitta? Chitta is nothing but Atma only. Because Atma is Nissanga Nirvishaya. Chitta is Nissanga Nirvishaya. ऐसे दो चीज तो हो नहीं सकते हैं. So that Chitta, when you focus on that and focus on that Chitta which is Nirvishaya and Nissanga, you will actually accept the Atma. I will reach the Atma. Though the goal is Atma Anubhava, but for us the awareness is of the Chitta now. Because we are aware of Chitta, the word we use, Chitta or mind or thoughts. This discovery of untouched Chitta by Grahya Grahakata. The discovery of Chitta which is untouched by Grahya Grahakata is realizing the self. And where is Grahya Grahakata? Actually, it is not in the Chitta. It is only Abhasa. Where is Abhasa? Spandana. Therefore, when you stop all Sankalpa, Chitta Spandana stops. Spandana Rahita Chitta alone is Atmavastu. When the Chitta Spandana happens, Avasa is created, our attention goes towards that. Like when the Spandana of the ALAATHA is done, Avasa is created, our attention goes to that. When you stop the Spandana, Avasas have gone away, then our drishti will be on the tip of the whatever the mashal is there, which is the self. So remember, the chitta is that fire touch. Its spandana created alatha which were never there. But the spandana when stopped, that chitta is nothing but the chit only there. The consciousness. And in the form of Alatha, what was seen is the fire only, no? That forms are shapes that you gave name. When it is straight line, you call it as Ruju. When it is a crooked cross, you call it as Vakra. When it is round, you call it as Vartula. When it is a triangular, you got Tribhuja. A rectangular, Chaturbuja. Dirgha Chaturasra. You call all of the names to the forms. At every end form and name place, what you are saying is the tip of the fire only, which is Chaitanya Atma. But how that is happened? The movement of water. When you don't know that as tip, at that moment a thing appeared as if called a chitta. So chitta spandana waha. Actually chitta bhi nahi hai, chitta hi hai. And why you have to bring two words as chitta and chitta? Because chit should not be touched. It should always be asanga and nirvashaya. That is ultimate goal. इसलिए उसको आप केस में खींच नहीं सकते. Therefore you have to use a word chitta. Chitta and Chitta are not two. Chitta is Nirvishayam, Nissangam from the very deep contemplation standpoint. Atma is also same. Therefore, Chitta Atma ek hi hai. But when you see the Jagat, you can't say Jagat is in the Atma because that is Veda Viruddham. Then where is the Jagat? You can't give it reality also. Therefore, you have to find it as Abhasa. Then you have to say a reason for it to appear. Why is Abhasa? Because Spandana. Because Spandana, Abhasa will not happen. That's what Alatha example gave us. Therefore, what is that which is doing spandana? आभासा cannot do spandana. Atma is not doing spandana. Then कौन कर रहा है बीच में? चित्त. Therefore, spandana ही चित्त है. चित्त spandana ही आभास. Clear? When you stop the spandana, chitta itself is chitta. Two things will happen when the spandana is stopped. One side the abhasas go away, another side chitta loses its chitta's nature. It discovers its real nature to be chitta. That is why through japa, through nirmula vasana, through chittavritti nirodha, what do we do? The entire spandana of the chitta is stopped. Water spandana is wave. When you stop the wave spandana, what you see always is water only. Then what is chitta in that? Spandita water. Water never spandita, but spandita water created wave. From the wave drushti, there is spandana, spandita water called as chitta. But from the water standpoint, there is no chitta. These are the little intricate things. If you can try to listen and understand and discover them on the seat of meditation, suddenly something will happen. What's that? You will discover there's only one thing called Atma. इसमें ना कुछ कभी हुआ, ना कोई बना, ना भी बिगड़ा, ना कोई जन्म, ना स्थिति, ना लया. That alone is there all the time. That is called awakening. That's called realization. That's called as, enlightenment. And it after discovering, one side it gives such a bliss and joy. Second side, it makes us bend our head down because it is such a simple fact which we made it complicated and ran through millions of lives and millions of even सृष्टिस also for such a small thing. वो सब पता चलेगा हूँ मैं ही हूँ. Only the pure conscious existence is there. It can never be touched by anything with nothing other than it to touch. Therefore, it can never have spandana, nor can be grahya grahaka abhasa, nor the grahya becomes grassified in the form of the world. Kidhar hai ye sab? That is the subtlety of this sloka. That's why he says, Chittam Nirvishayam and Nityam Asangam. That Nirvishaya Chitta is always Asanga. And what is Asanga is Atma only. Therefore, in the form of Spandana and Spandita Alatha and Chitta, what is there is Atma only. But not pure Atma. Atma which is slowly manipulated in these steps. Those things we have to remove and catch the actual Atma. Okay. Now, Sarvam Grahya Grahakavat Chitta Spanditam Eva Dvayam. Yesterday we exhaustively explained. Entire Dvaya which constitutes the world, which has got Grahaka, Grahya Grahaka, only these two things. All of them it is Chitta Spanditam. Second step. Chittam Paramarthatha Atma Eva Iti Nirvishayam. Chitta has no Vishaya of its own inside it. Ever Nirvishaya Rupena Chitta Atma Eva. No, Tena Nirvishayatvena. Because there is no Nirvishayata in the Chitta, Nityam Asangam iti Kirtitam. Therefore, that chitta which is nirvishaya alone is nitya asanga, and that nitya asanga, the other side is called atma. Asango hi ayam purusha iti shrutehe. Now, interesting point. Sa vishayasya hi vishaye sangaha. Even the chitta has got its own vishaya, then it will have the sangha with that vishaya. Like one has a child, then they'll have attachment to child. One has a house, he'll have an attachment. Child nahi, house nahi, तो how can you have attachment? अभाव से attachment तो होता नहीं ना. Therefore, what is said here? सविषयस्य हि विषये संगः निर्विषयत्वात् चित्तम असंगम इति अर्थः. There is no vishaya in the chitta by itself. Therefore, it is asangam, it is said. असंगम विषय नहीं है इसलिए असंग है. असंगो नहीं सज्जते इज द मंत्र केम फ्रॉम दिस लॉजिक. नाउ ननु क्वेश्चन निर्विषयत्वेन चेतु इफ देयर इज नो विषय इन योर चित्त असंगत्वम चित्तस्य न निस्संगता भवति. You are saying there is no Vishaya in the Chitta, therefore there is no Sangha. But I am proving there is a Vishaya in the Chitta, therefore Chitta cannot be Asanga Atma, it is Chitta only, it cannot be the Atma. Chitta is Purvapakshi's Vadana. Now show me what is the Sangha is there, Vishaya is there in the Chitta, therefore it is Sangha and not Asanga. What is the Vishaya in the Chitta? Are bhai, you and I are sitting and we are doing that only, no? What is that? शास्ता शास्त्रम शिष्य च इति एवं आदेहे. ये सब चित्त के विषय है ना. इन माय ओन चित्त आई हैव द विषय दैट आई एम द डिसाइपल. आई हैव द विषय दैट ही इज माय गुरु. एंड आई हैव द विषय दैट वी आर इन द सत्संग. आई हैव द विषय दैट ही इज टीचिंग दिस शास्त्र. एंड इन दिस शास्त्र दीज आर द कंटेंट्स, दिस द डिटेल्स. हाउ मेनी विषयास आर देयर इन द चित्त? सो मेनी आर देयर. Then how do you say it's nirvishayam? You can't say. Therefore, you can't say nisangam. Therefore, you can't say it is atma. Therefore, there is chitta other than atma always there. इसमें क्या है? पूर्व पक्षी आत्मा is accepting, but again Advaita is not accepting. He says chitta तो है ही. It is vishaya yukta, therefore it is not nisanga atma. It is not nirvishaya. Because you are in the class teaching me as guru and I am teaching as disciple. So the guru shishya bandhana or bhavana is all chitta vishaya only, no? Otherwise, where is this hanging? That I am a speaker thought. Where is it? In my own chitta. And you are a listener thought to me, it is in my own chitta. So how do you say it nirvishayam? So conspicuously you are experiencing. Very clearly, everybody is experiencing that their chitta has got the vishaya, and you are contradicting your own point. Earlier you said all of them are chitta only. It was said in the beginning at a lower classes of 10th, 12th. Now, post graduation ke level mein, what we are saying is all is abhasa, not real. It appeared because of chitta spandana, but those things are not in the chitta. That is what the ALAATHA examples whole struggle was. The Rujuvakra abhasa appeared because of movement of it, but those appeared things never are there in that ALAATHA or that mashal. उसका इसका संबंध ही नहीं है. डू यू सी एनी सर्कुलर रेक्टेंगुलर स्ट्रेट लाइन और क्रूकेड लाइन इन द मशाल? नहीं है बाबा. दैट्स व्हाट. बट स्पंदना में है. So to in the chitta world is not there. By pure itself, chitta is Paramatma, chitta only. In the movement of chitta, appearance of the world. This is meditation. He says we don't accept there's no vishayas in chitta because Guru Shishya, because the intelligence of this Purvapakshi is one. If you catch hold of this Siddhanti, Advaita Vedanti at this level, he'll be caught pakka. Because if you say there's no Guru, there's no Shishya, there's no Satsangam. Then no Satsangam, then there's no sadhana. There's no sadhana, I mean there's no mukti called as a one without second experience. Therefore, all Shastras, sadhanas are waste. Therefore, come along with us, revel in duality of samsara. That alone is real. Mukti का प्रसंग है ही नहीं है तो भी वो ये सुख भोग में ही है, not in the एकमेव अद्वयम ब्रह्मा. This entire edifice of Vedanta Advaita Shastra will be collapsed with this final shot or arrow. Like the Russian president ने फाइनल हो रखा है, उसके हाथ दबाएगा तो सब जगह मिसल जाएंगे. इसके बाद पूर्व पक्षी के बाद दिस द फाइनल वेपन ही हैज गॉट कि हे my dear Advaita Vedantin, you are teaching me as me disciple, you are guru, or any other disciples of yours, you are teaching Shastra. So there is these concepts are there in your mind, no? So that mind is conceptual, Vishaya Yukta hai usme. Oh, how do you say it's Nirvishaya and saying it is Atma? For your comfort sake, I am accepting it as Atma. But Chitta is not Atma because it's not Nirvishaya is Sangha. It has got Vishya because Guru, Acharya, Shishya, Bhakta is सब है उसमें. So यस्मात् शास्त्र शास्त्रम शिष्य च इति एवं आदे विषयस्य विद्यमानत्वात्. ये सारे विषय तो कॉन्सेप्ट्स तो थॉट्स तो है ना मन में. न एषः is the this is the objection of पूर्व पक्ष. Guru says सिद्धांत न एषः दोषः. Now this is not a fault. The presence and acceptance of chitta in which guru, shishya, etc. are there, they are not contradictory to the Atma Anubhuti. There is no dosha. Why is it so? Now, this is a very subtle slokas. These 3-4 are very crucial. Chant yosti kalpita samvrutya paramarthena nastyasau sa paratantrabhi samvrutya syannasti paramarthataha. योस्ति कल्पित संवृत्त्या परमार्थेन नास्त्यसौ परतंत्राभिसंवृत्त्या स्यान्नास्ति परमार्थतः परमार्थतः. This came already 3 times, this topic. Again 4th time coming in this context to strengthen the already gained knowledge. The only 2 words are important, kalpita and samvruttya. These Guru, Shishya, Shastra, Shasta, including sadhana, are, remember, Kalpita and Samvruti. Kalpita is projected, imagined, not real. Samvruti means for the sake of Vyavahara. Listen, the final thought of Vedanta, Vyavahara ke liye kalpit kiye gaye. And for the Vyavahara, the kalpit things are 2. One is entire Namarupatmaka Jagat. Second is Guru, Shishya, Shastra, Satsanga. Both are kalpita, both are vyavaharik. But the first one, kalpita and vyavaharik, called as Rupanamatmaka Jagata, is the cause of bondage. Because it pulls you to the unreal world and makes it appear as real. But the other kalpita and samvruti are vyavahara, called as Guru, Shishya, and Satsanga and Shastra, though they are also kalpita, they are not real. But the samvriti of this kalpita, kalpita means the vyavahara of these things, is the one which helps us realize the ultimate self. Otherwise, both are kalpana. है कि नहीं? तो दोस्त भी कल्पना है, गुरु भी कल्पना है. दोस्त से बात खानी भी कल्पना है, गुरु से सत्संग भी कल्पना है. But the bata khani with the dost makes you more worldly. With the discussion with the guru of the shastra makes you liberated with knowledge. But you are saying it's kalpita, we are also saying it's kalpita. Or you are saying that ये द्वैत तो है, हम कह रहे नहीं है, वो कल्पित है. कल्पित है और समृति है. परमार्थ है ना, इन द सुप्रीम परमार्थ एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ रियलिटी लेवल में ये नहीं है. व्हाट? गुरु शिष्य भी नहीं है. न गुरु नैव शिष्य, न शास्त्र, न साधना, न निरोधो, न चोत्पत्ति, न बद्धो, न साधक, न मुमुक्षु, न वै मुक्त इत्येषा परमार्थ. दिस इज अल्टीमेट. Now, Paratantra Abhisamrutya, other than we the Advaitins, the Dvaitins when they talk, that's called they are Paratantra, not our people. Paratantra Abhisamrutya, when they are valuing too much this Dvaita, Syatna Asti Paramartadaha, what did we do right from the Vaitatya Prakarana and Advaita Prakarana and all of that so far, we disproved already, no, through so many logics. The proposal of Dvaita of Dvaitins. Dvaitins are only 2. One side Sankhyan, second side Nyaya Vaisheshika. बाकी सब इनके चेले बच्चे. So we have discarded the Dvaita by disproving their logics. Through their logic, they only dissolve the Srishti Dvaita. So we have already talked about it. So there are 2 people. One we the Advaita Vedantins, second the other than us the Advaitins. The Dvaitins, Dvaita, we have rejected by showing you how mutually they cancel. When we are establishing Advaita, you are holding on to Dvaita here of Guru Shastra, Satsanga, Shishya इत्यादि. We are saying ये कल्पित समवृत्ति से है, ये रियल नहीं है, ये भी चला जाएगा एक दिन. इन द प्योर आत्मा इनकी भी जरूरत नहीं है, परमार्थ में ये भी नहीं है। न गुरु नैव शिष्य, हाउ कैन देयर बी गुरु शिष्य? यू आर लिमिटिंग परमात्मा पर ब्रह्म टू ए बाउंडेड रिस्पॉन्सिबल, तो एक गुरु के रूप में, ये बॉन्डेज है वो। कॉलिंग परमात्मा एज ए गुरु इज बॉन्डेज बिकॉज दैट गुरु इज बाउंड बाय यूजलेस डिसाइपल्स देयर। अंडरस्टैंड? शास्त्र का अर्थ क्या है? शास्त्र टॉक्स अबाउट गॉड, मीन्स व्हाट? इफ द शास्त्र डजंट टॉक, गॉड इज नॉट देयर और व्हाट? Is it not? If the physics book is not there, does it mean physics doesn't work in the world? वर्ल्ड इज ऑलरेडी वर्किंग, उसी को फिजिक्स में लिखा है माय डियर। इन द सेम वे, विदाउट गुरु एंड शास्त्र एंड सत्संग, डू यू थिंक गॉड इज नॉट देयर और व्हाट? He is there beyond all of them. Therefore, these Dvaita also not there at that level. We will drop one day. But right now it is required as a vehicle for us to go up to that point. तो यह अस्ति कल्पित समृत्या परमार्थेन नास्ति असौ, और परतंत्र अभिसमृत्या from the standpoint of the opponents nasti syat paramarthatah. Absolutely, we discussed and proved that the Dvaita cannot be there. The dream example we took, we Swapna, Maya, Manoratha, then Nirmitikaha, how many things we explained. Refer all of them, then you'll understand. So finally he is asking, ultimately कोई गुरु शिष्य का बंधन है क्या द्वैत? कहते हैं ये अल्टीमेटली ये भी छोड़ना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि प्योर परमात्मा में ये नहीं है, उनको पाना है तो ये भी छोड़ना पड़ेगा। That way, no guru holds on to disciple, because if he holds, he will not allow the disciple to enter into Brahma Anubhuti. So he leaves. So disciple also enters. But the Shishya should not live in his own interest till he reaches. And Guru was never having any attachment, disciple. You came, I am teaching, you go, मेरे को क्या है? बंधन में नहीं रहो, मुक्त हो जाओ. Guru is not bound. His karuna is different. That way he is praying for every jiva's evolution. You are not any special that way. You will become special if at all you have a devotion and sincerity of study. The devotional and sincerity related speciality Guru shows, not because of his attachment. That bondage never comes to Guru. Anyway, they're all intricacies. Yaha asti kalveda samvrutya paramarthena na asti asau. And then paratantra abhi samvrutya syat na asti paramarthata. So only three things. The entire Jagat, first point, reduced into Grahya Grahaka. Second point. Third one, that Grahya Grahaka are only Abhasa, Mithya, Bhranti, Chitta Spandana. But third point is, in the absolute reality, they are all not there. You are saying ki Advaitin, you are talking that there is nothing other than Brahma, and you are also talking, and this knowledge can be gained only from the Shastras by the help of the Guru. Therefore, this Dvaita तो है, no, ये कल्पित है, समृति है, व्यावहारिक और साधना के लिए कल्पित है, रियली नहीं है. It's a very sublime thought. ये सब नहीं है तो परमात्मा है. यू नेवर से नास्ति इज फाइनल गोल. दैट इज बुद्धिस्ट. दे से हमारे लिए तो सर्वव्यापक एक ब्रह्म अस्ति. दैट इज द गोल. So these slokas, if you really enter deeply into contemplation, do you know, like the Ukraine के ऊपर बॉम्ब डाल के सब तोड़ के पूरा सबको नेला मट्टम कर रहे हैं ना, ग्राउंड लेवल. Entire world and samsara comes to ground level only if this is understood. Let's see little bhashyam. Yaha pada artha. That padarthas which you talked about, Shastra Adihi. Shastra, Shasta, Acharya, you said no? Vidyate, जो है, सह kalpita samrutya asti. It is there because of kalpita samruti. What is the kalpita samruti? Kalpita cha sa paramartha pratipatti upayatvena. That is kalpita. That Guru Shishya Bandha. Why it is Kalpita? Paramartha Pratipatti Upayatvena. Because that is the ultimate and only Upaya for the Pratipatti or obtaining a Paramartha or Paramatma. And that will work up to the realization of Paramatma. Guru Shishya Bandhana. That up to good realization of Paramatma, the working of relation of Guru Shishya is temporary Vyavaharika. That here it's addressed with the word Samvrutya. That's what word. Samvruti cha sa is only Vyavaharik. It's not we're not holding all the time. It's like I sit in the vehicle to reach a place. Because the distance and difficulty, I can't go other means. This I have adapted. But having reached that, not that it's a permanent thing कि मैं बैठा ही रहता हूँ कार में. उतरूंगा, आगे जाऊंगा, कार को छोड़ ही दूंगा. ये टैक्सी वाला है तो कौन टैक्सी वाला वो याद भी नहीं रहेगा हमको उसके बाद में. You just pay him, you send him. But when you have to reach the destination, so much you are seated in the very much car. In the same way, we sit in the car of Guru Shishya Dvaita. फॉरवर्ड परमार्थ सत्य प्रतिपत्ति उपाय कारण. परमार्थ प्रतिपत्ति उपाय के लिए उपाय है इसलिए. बट लाइक एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कार, वंस वी गो वी ड्रॉप द व्हीकल, सो टू वंस वी रीच ब्रह्मा वी अग्री विथ यू, देयर इज नो गुरु शिष्य इत्यादि. द पूर्व पक्षी सेज गुरु शिष्य इत्यादि आर देयर, देयरफॉर द्वैता इज रियल. Then Siddhanta says Dvaita is not real, Advaita alone is real. Then again Purvapakshi says, but Guru Shishya का भाव तो है ना. He says वो कल्पित समृद्धि के लिए है. कल्पित is imagined, समृद्धि is व्यवहार. And why imagined and why व्यवहार? Paramartha pratipatti upaya. That is a technique or way or means to reach to Paramartha. After that, it is, in this world everything is like that, ना. कुएं से पानी लेना है तो वो डालोगे बाल्टी के साथ. Till the पानी is taken, you use it. उसके बाद will you bother about it? छोड़ के चले आते हैं. In this world that way, nothing permanent. बाकी चीजें हम अपने डिजायर फुलफिलमेंट के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, बाद में छोड़ देते हैं. दैट्स नेचुरल. इवन दिस बॉडी आल्सो इज लेफ्ट आफ्टर प्रारब्ध is over. So too Guru Shishya also there for a desire fulfillment. But here it's a noble desire, not the ignoble. What is the noble desire? Paramartha Satya. Paramartha Paramarthena. Paramartha Pratipatti Upayatvena. The Paramartha Prapti is this noble goal here. For the sake of this Guru Shishya Satsanga. Just like a samsari necessarily gives up the means of the sukha after he gets the sukha, so too sadhaka necessarily gives up the means of sadhana as the siddhi is achieved. Therefore, they are all kalpita and samrutya. They are not in reality. They are not required in reality, but they require to reach reality because we are not there now. We are at the जीव देह भाव. तो आत्मानुभव पाने के लिए गुरु शिष्य के अलावा दूसरा कोई टेक्निक नहीं है, तरीका नहीं है. वो है ही उस लिए. शास्त्र गुरु सत्संग आर ओनली टू टेक अस टू आत्मा परमात्मा. वहां तक वो चलेंगे, वो भी छोड़ देंगे. None of them will be there. Okay? Na Shastra, na Guru, but now they are very valued, very important. Actually, logically, theoretically, it is said Atma alone is there, there are no Guru Shishya. But practically, dekho, before Jnanam also Guru Shishya Bhava is there. After Jnanam also Guru Shishya will be there because you, the Shishya, became Guru now. You will teach the next disciple. देखो वेदांत ना अल्टीमेट अद्वैत वेदांत को एस्टैब्लिश करने के लिए द्वैत को लड़के मार के उसको पीट के उसको हरा देता है. बट द वेदांत आल्सो फील्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ द्वैत, नीड ऑफ द्वैत, इसलिए वो खेलता है द्वैत. इज इट नॉट एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन द अद्वैत ब्रह्म, प्ले इन द ड्रामा ऑफ द द्वैत जगत. इज अ प्रॉब्लम. अब वही चल रहा है. इट्स ऑल ड्रामा. बट वी बिकेम सीरियस बिकॉज द रियलिटी इज नॉट फाउंड. Catch this sentence again. I am saying the Vyavahara is actually a drama, but it is taken as so real that we are suffering at every moment because the actual reality is not known. You are playing the drama of seeing a snake, the drama of fear also, etc. But it is appearing as real because rope is not known. When the rope is known, we understand it was unreal. In the same way, what is the sentence you have to remember all through the life is, it's all drama happening. It will continue. But this is taken as real and we get bound because the reality is not so. Once you know the reality, then after that you know it is unreal, then it becomes drama. then you will never suffer. Is it not? With any relation also it is so, no? अच्छा हो या बुरा हो, लाभ मिला हो या हानि हो. Once you don't know, the thing is different. Once you know, it is different. शंका किया कि मित्र नहीं है, तो always mind is doubtful, hesitant. But when it is cleared by understanding as a friend, that fear goes away and then you continue being with him. Paramarthatah nasti. But sadhanatvena, upayatvena, which was said so many times, here it is called kalpita samvritti. What is said as kalpita samvritti here is called as upadeshadayam valaha or upayatvena. No, upayena. Is it no upayatvena? Then upadeshadayam valaha. These are all talked about. The द्वैत of गुरु शिष्य साधना सत्संग, ये सब में द्वैत है ना. ये सब उपदेश के लिए है. उपदेशादयम वाद ज्ञाते द्वैतो न विद्यते. एंड देन दिस उपदेश इज उपाय, नॉट द अल्टीमेट में ये भी नहीं होगा. कि कल्पिता च सा परमार्थ प्रतिपत्ति उपायत्वेन संवृत्ति च सा, एंड दैट इज ओनली व्यवहार. हमेशा रहेगा नहीं साथ में. संवृत्ति मीन्स सम व्यवहार, not permanently there. Till the purpose is finished, it will be there. After that, it is dropped. Then, like all the bombing missile, till the युद्ध, after सब फिर टंक और सब चले आएंगे गराज में. Now, तया यह अस्ति, that because of kalpana and samvriti, which is there doing its work, paramarthena nasti asau. In the subs himself, it is not there. Na vidyate. Quotation, jnate, when the Parabrahma is known, Dvaitam na vidyate. Not only the worldly Dvaita, even Guru Shishya Dvaita also will not be there. Jnate, Paramatma, when it is known. Iti Uktam already in the first Prakarana, 18th mantra or Karika. Upadeshadayam vadaha jnate Dvaitam na vidyate. That is how it started. And I tell you, when you close eyes and really deeply contemplate on that, all the layers of ignorances, misunderstandings, projections, the attachment, every one of them start getting removed, cut asunder, or burnt only. As it gets burnt or cleared or removed, the higher and greater sublime understandings or truths start revealing. That's so beautiful. If at all we have to covet or desire, we have to only desire for that. Lord, make me so deeply introvertedly contemplative that I am able to apprehend the truth as truth, and I have understood the naked truthness of the untruth that they are untruth. सत्य को सत्य के रूप में, असत्य को असत्य के रूप में मुझे जानने दो भगवान. मैं तो अब सत्य को भूल गया हूं, असत्य को सत्य मान रहा हूं. Is it not? You know, in the dream, we are attached to some people. Some people cheated us. We become miserable. And some people troubled us. We filed a case in the court. But that fellow was so powerful that he used his own influence and money. And instead of we getting compensation, we only are lost in the case. How much tragedy in the dream happens? Of all sorts. No, no, the deaths, the disappointments, the dejections, despondencies, despairs. Don't we experience all of them in dream? But how long? Till we wake up. एक बार waking हो गए. Where is the judge who gave judgment against you? Where are the liars? You know, you have appointed a liar to protect you, but the other fellow was there, the defense lawyer, so powerful. Where is he? And the criminal fellow who cheated you, but still now he used his influence again to defeat you, even in the court. Wow. Where is that? It is also in you only. It is not there really, actually. And the misery you had, you shared your this dukkha with your friends. You committed even suicide or tried to commit. What not happens in dream, batao? Everything, but taken as so real. And we go through so much of suffering. Then the court, in that court, the place where the either accused or witnesses are made to stand, and all the lawyers seated, and all the attendants of both parties and any other people interested, स्पेशल परमिशन लेके जाके बैठ के सुन सकते हो कैसे वो लोग वादना करते हैं. I went when Parasharan was doing in City High Court, Hyderabad, way back in late 80s or a little before that. Then early 80s, no, no, early 80s, late. Father took us. We could see how they would do all that arguments. The papers that are submitted, the witnesses that are submitted, the arguments that are done. And in that, you are having a lawyer appointed who is a prosecutor on that acquitted, not the convicted, not convicted, but accused. No, the accused also appoint a defense lawyer. Whenever the defense lawyer's point is powerful, then the accused and his party appear to be winning. Suddenly, your lawyer appointed by you, the prosecutor, when he putting some cross questions and trying to find out the truth, listening to such question when the accused was getting frightened, then all your party people tali baja rahe. One example. Any other example of you want a house and you found a land and you bought it, registered, you made a plan, you made first, second, third floor. Second floor you are staying, first and third you are giving for rent. Then the good rents were coming also. No, dream में क्या नहीं होता? In the making, nahi. In the same way, on the seat of meditation, through the help of these shlokas, when we touch the core of the truth, all that drama which we are having in the mind and as if feeling it is happening outside, all of that also gets dismantled. That's called mukti. What is there is Paramatma. Where is the entire Jagat? In the mind. But how do you experience it as if outside? Jagat is outside with regard to the body. Go to the mind level, this body, that body, entire Jagat is found to be in the mind only. But that doesn't happen easily because you are in the Deha Tadatmya. To enter to that level, Deha Tadatmya and Deha comforts, you have to give up. तभी वो परमिशन मिलेगा, वो चाबी मिलेगा हमको कि सारा दुनिया मेरे मन में है इस अनुभव का. That won't come. It can be a theory. I can vocally say the world is in the mind. But saying it the world is in the mind is different from experiencing the mind in which the whole world is there. At that time, I will identify with the mind. To identify the mind, you have to de-identify with the body. वो तो हम राजी नहीं है अभी फिलहाल. हमको तो बॉडी के रूप में मजा आ रहा है. इंद्रियों के द्वारा मजा आ रहा है. देह इंद्रिया क्रॉस करके मन लेवल जाओ तब सारा दुनिया मन में है ये पता चलता है. एंड इट्स ए फैक्ट. But because they are Tadatmya, we think it is outside. So where is the world? Outside. Who am I? I am a content of the world as a body. But what is the body and the world? Gross things. Where are they? In the thoughts. Where are the thought? In the mind. But what is these things in the mind? So the spandana of the chitta. Is the chitta is really becoming spandita naturally? No. Then what is doing a kalpana? Why are you doing kalpana? Behukufi? That's called ignorance. Stop doing kalpana. No spandana. No grahakata. No jagat, no jiva, no samsara to jiva. Those layers will touch, those deeper things will come to us. First, those understandings itself are such a revelation that from millions of life, the loads of attachments, expectations which we were carrying, they just get dismantled. This is one of the great achievement. May we pray for it to happen, especially to all those who are regularly listening. फंसने तो irregular वाले मैं क्या करूं उनको? They're not giving time. Although we say this for them to come only, but at least you five who are regular listening plus one or two, 7 or 8, 8 are maximum. बाकी तो तुम 8 लोगों को तो भगवान की कृपा से, including me, the Navamaha, that deep meditation should happen in which we discover the aspandita nissanga chitta. The moment that is discovered, because nispandita and chitta, there is no alatha, abhasa sari. The abhasas of all ragadesha kama krodha just go away. जब मन से राग द्वेष काम क्रोध गया तो you won't misinterpret the world as bhoga vastu. Then you will see the world as it is. What is there? Me only, Paramatma only. That chitta spandana goes away, na? The spandana ke karan expressed, the grahe grahaka rupi abhasa goes away, which we call as jagat, which we take it as real. The other side, chitta goes away. Then what remains is whatever eternally there, called Paramatma. Every time what is there is he only. Whether you stop the mashal or gumao and let the alatas are seen, and when you are seeing those, sorry, abhasas are seen, ruduvakra, how much are you are talking language about it? Kuch bhi karo, kya hai udhar? The tip of that mashal only. That is absolute truth. So to only conscious self is there. You call it Ishvara, Jiva, Jagat, and Jiva having Jagrata, Sapna, Sushupti, and like that, so many Jivas are there. For them, the Jagat is there. Jagat has got so many Brahmandas. In each Brahmanda, the Bhuloka, in Bhulok, ye sare usme nahi hai. That will be realized. But it easily hoga nahi. Guru Bhagavat Kripa chahiye. Okay. Then, yahacha paratantra abhisamvrutya means parashastra vyavaharena syat padartha सह परमार्थता निरूप्यमाण नास्ति एव. अरे कितने बार हमने आपको ऑलरेडी प्रूव कर दी कि जो अद्वैत को छोड़कर दूसरे द्वैतवादियों ने जो कहा उसको हमने ऑलरेडी काट दिया ना. See, the Nyaya Vaishika said, how can from something something can come? They have rejected the Sankhyans philosophy. The Sankhya said, how can from nothing something can come? That was the philosophy of the Nyaya Vaisheshika. Sankhya has rejected that. Then Srushti can possible only two ways, from something or from nothing. So both of them rejected both of them. That's what we said, there's no Srushti. Without doing anything, we won our game. In some time, sports way, this fellow is not playing, but his position of entering into semi-final depends on the other two fellows. That is why in other cases, even though that fellow is bitter enemy, but in that match, if he wins, then I'll enter to semi-final. Therefore, I pray, भगवान भगवान इसको पहले जिताओ जिताओ जिताओ. वो जीतेगा तो मैं सेमीफाइनल आ गया, फिर मेरे वास्ते लड़ूंगा मैं मैच में. Then I won't pray कि उसको जीतना है. Then I say मुझे जीतना है. But till that time, don't we do it? He is not participant, but situation is such one कि the winning and losing of the other two teams decides his fate. In the same way, Advaita Vedanta is always established by the rejection of the mutuality against other things. And what is our position with regard to them? They are all abhasa, not real. Right? Though our point is only one. Don't give reality to the Jagat. Little more, there's no Jagat only. Even little more, there's only one without second, Brahma. Devaluing Jagat, there's no Jagat. Up to this point, the Shunyavadins came. But everything is Brahma, they could not catch it. Or might be Buddha has experienced that enlightened one, but when he was saying, the disciples might have caught it in halfway. They could not catch the Buddha. That's why Buddha is different, Buddhism is different. शून्यवादी कहते हैं उनको. But what Vedanta says, how do you say it is Shunya? You are there to certify. Therefore, it's not Shunya, it is you only. Nothing other than me. There is nothing other than me. I am the one. That's why when I don't see myself, that is ignorance. Then slowly in that void, something other than me is projected on me only. These all will be revealed when you contemplate more and more. So, Avatarika. Nanu, Shastra Adinam Samvrittitve. Agar Shastra Adi are Kalpita and Samvriti, then Ajaha, you are defining Paramatma as Aja. No. Iti iyam api kalpana samvriti syat. Ajam, avyavaharam, or avyakrutam, amaram, amrutam. ये भी कल्पित समृद्धि होना है. Why? Because they are said in the Shastra. And what is Shastra? Kalpita samvriti. You only said no. See how this Purvapakshi catches the tongue of the Siddhanti. What Purvapakshi said was, कि the chitta is not nirvishaya, it has savishaya. Therefore, it's not asanga. Therefore, there is something other than Atma, the chitta is staying. Then Siddhanta asks, which do you think are the Vishayas in the Chitta? A Guru, Shishya, Shastra, Shastram. Then Siddhanta said, अरे बाबा ये तो कल्पित है, समृद्धि है परमार्थ अवबोधन के लिए. So, do you mean to say Shastra is Kalpita Samvriti? Purvapakshi is asking Siddhanta, then in the Shastra only the Ajam, Avikari are mentioned. Na? Yeah, if the Shastra is Kalpita Samvriti, then Aja, Avikari, Amruta, they are also Kalpita Samvriti hogi. Then the Purvapakshi says, so Siddhanti says, हाँ हमको कोई ऐतराज नहीं है. As long as we are intact in the अनुभव, how does it matter with the words, with the explanations, with the words, शास्त्रास, इसकी क्या फर्क पड़ती है? Like, no, you are a man or woman, that experience is there clearly. Then do you not need the dependence on certification? That in the pension office, that is different. Ki this person should produce a certificate that he is alive. Then only they give. If you say आप भूल गए हो भाई मैं सर्टिफिकेट लेकिन मैं जिंदा आ रहा हूँ, वो कहते हैं तुम्हारे जिंदापन हम ऐसे नहीं मानते हो, कागज पे ही होना है. That is how a person alive but not proved on the paper is not actually alive, and other fellow died long back but on paper जिंदा है तो उसको पेंशन मिलता रहता है. That happens in this manipulated world of stupid individuals or the rules, laws which we make, but not in the absolute supreme self. What is supreme self में बात? No proof required for अनुभूति. No explanation is required. So along with Shastra, the Shastrokta Aja ityadi words also are not required for Paramatma. Not required means not there. So I am agreeing with you. So Siddhanta has no fighting with the Purvapakshi at this level. That will be discussed in the Chauhattarva mantra. Ajaha kalpita samvrutya paramarthena napyajaha paratantra vinishpatya samvrutya jayate tusaha abhuta viniveshosti dvayam tatra na vidyate dvaya bhavam vasvabudhvaiva sabudhvaiva nirnimitto na jayate yada na labate hetuna उत्तमाधम मध्यमान तदा न जायते चित्तम हेत्वभावे फलं कुतः अनिमित्तस्य चित्तस्य यानुत्पत्तिः समाद्वया अजातस्यैव सर्वस्य चित्तदृश्यमितद्यतः बुद्ध्या बुद्ध्वा निमित्ततां सत्यां हेतुं पृथक् अनवाप्नुवन् वीतशोकं तथा अकामम् अभयं पदमश्नुते अभूताभिनिवेशाधि सदृशे तत्प्रवर्तते वस्तु अभावं स बुद्ध्वैव निस्सङ्गं विनिवर्तते निवृत्तस्य प्रवृत्तस्य निश्चला हि तदा स्थितिः विषयस्य हि बुद्धानां तत्साम्यमजमद्वयम् अजमनिद्रमस्वप्नं प्रभातं भवति स्वयं सकृत् विभातो हि एव एषः धर्मः धातुस्वभावतः सुखमाप्रियते नित्यं दुःखं विप्रियते सदा यस्य कस्य धर्मस्य ग्रहेण भगवानसौ अस्ति नास्ति अस्ति नास्ति इति नास्ति नास्ति इति वा पुनः चलस्थिरो भयाभावैरावृणोत्येव बालिशः कोट्यश्चतस्र एतास्तु ग्रहैर्यासां सदावृतः भगवानाविरस्पृष्टः येन दृष्टस्य सर्वदृक्. We did Parayanam as we do every day. Now see, because our seva done to Puja Gurudev and the masters without any kalmash, without our hesitation, maintain the regularity and sincerity also from last 2 years. Because of all these things, the hesitation, the inhibitions, the thought that the impossibilities all have gone away. Not only we are listening to the highest Mandukya, but little we are understanding. Not only we are understanding, we are finding the truth, therefore the taste in them. मेरे को तो हो रहा है, and I imagine at least in few of. Therefore, all hesitations again further should be dropped away. When you become more intense in it, more clarity is understands Gamma, it gives more and more taste or joy. So congratulate each one of you yourself. And again push, encourage yourself to be continuous in this pursuit of the logical, shastrika understanding of absolute truth only. Don't go back into the old ruts of taking the Dvaita as real and getting bound as Jiva and Deha in that, subjected for Papa Punya and birth and death again. Choice is ours. Now, the possibility and necessity of logic or meditation we have understood. It is possible and it is necessary. We can do it also. Let us do it joyfully. So this is called Shuddha Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna ज़्यादा बढ़ता है ना, अच्छा, then we are able to think, you are able to contemplate willingly and joyfully. When the Rajogunas are there more, it creates so many kamana, it will never allow you to find the reality, because when reality is found, Nothing is unreal. There is no desire, but the mind doesn't want the desires. Eliminate. The Rajaguna never wants to eliminate desire. इसलिए रजोगुण के स्थाई में हमको ये सब नहीं होता. But when you are consistently listening patiently, what is working in your and my case is only one. We are humble, simple, and egoless. That is one qualification, bringing all other qualifications of regularity, sincerity, consistency, application of intellect. Intellect becoming little sharper and subtler. We are able to pierce through the slokas and bhashya, at least little, written by direct Karika and Adi Shankara. उस हद तक हम जा पा रहे हैं उस लेवल तक, that is the blessings we are invoking. Maintain same humbleness, simpleness, expressed in the form of sincerity and regularity. Next step of subtlety of intellect, Guru or Bhagavan will give, then you will understand, we will understand rather the next level of truths. Then the final level of truth. Then truth alone. All else is false. Self alone is real. I am that self. I am blissful in myself. There is no thing other than me is required or existing. Ekoham, ekoham, aham ekah. Majedar. Then from that standpoint, when we look back, we will endlessly laugh, looking at our own foolishness and stupidity of imagining the world, giving reality to the world, and getting bound in that. That is the example of spider. अपने मुख से सलाइवा निकला, उससे घोंसला बना, उसी में फंस गया हूँ. फंस गया मतलब घूम रहा है. That example of spider is for both ways. एक तो फंस गया कहते हो, घूमता घूमता. Second, whenever it wants, it can take away all the saliva and find itself ekamevatva, liberated. That's how Jiva himself created his world and got bound. But any time Jiva has an opportunity to get liberated by unfolding himself and enfolding the world created. Is it not? Anytime you have choice, it is there. Whether it is use it this life or after a million lives, it is your choice. लेकिन है. What you have to do concludingly? Choose to be liberated by knowing the self, and that let it happen systematically to the exclusion of everything else as goal. और कुछ लक्ष्य नहीं. मुझे मेरे आत्मा अनुभव को पाना है, जो सारे शास्त्रों में इतना कहा कि वो अनंत आनंद है, वो उसके बाद कोई बंधन नहीं होगा. Never you will come back to be bound. Yadgatva nanivartante. I must get it. I must taste it. I must enjoy it. Only that. In this life, whatever possible, I'll do, but I'll do only for that. Next life, whatever possible, I'll do, but only for that. Nothing else will be goal. That is the meaning of Tavaivaha Tavanutya Gite Varastave Varaniya Saeva Kathopanishad. Everything else you keep with yourself. Yamaraj, मुझे मांगना है तो कुछ से कोई मांगना है. वरह तुम्हें सएव वरणीय. Truth alone I want. At this level, the Vairagya is reached Parakashta level. Mumukshutva also is reached at Parakashta level. That time only the Shamadamadi and your Shravadamananadi become fruitful. Is it not? The Shamadamadi will quieten the Indriyamana, and Shravadamananidhyasana takes to the truth. So may we all that way be blessed by the Lord. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Today, being International Women's Day, we remembered the mother, Mata Saraswati, and her Shakti through various upasanas to gain both the Tattva Jnanam and Vyavaharika Jnanam, so that we live a smooth, joyful life every moment, without any obstacles, hindrances, speed breakers, hiccups, or any of the blockades. So may Saraswati Mata bless all of us. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll continue our this Upanishad. Now 5 minutes I'll take, or 10 minutes, for doing our Ashtama Adhyaya today Parayana of Gita, as we are doing every day. आप तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगा.